I honestly feel like I could just re-upload the same video I made after Monday night's game against the Chargers and retitle it today. The offense was at least a little better last night and managed to score 12 points instead of 6, but the sheer lack of discipline was mind-boggling for like the third week in a row. After the game, Zach said exactly what I was thinking and feeling the whole game, that it feels like every single time the Jets have a good play, a penalty brings it back. Robert Saleh said they're inventing new ways to not score touchdowns every week, and I thought Zach was actually pretty good in this game. He made some highlight reel plays and stepped up and made some huge throws on third down, and he was pretty consistent with that throughout the whole game. I believe they converted on third down at the highest rate they have all season, and Zach was a big part of that. The red zone issues persisted though. And I think the series that really hurt the Jets was the one when Zach scrambled and dove for the pylon, but stepped out of bounds just short. Then they gave it to Brees and he runs it in the very next play, but there was a holding that backed them up 10 yards. And then Hackett called 3 run plays in a row from the 10-yard line. And they ended up having to kick a field goal. And I thought Zach was playing great up to that point, so why not let him throw it? I just don't get it. If the Jets score a touchdown there, they probably win the game. Zach did have another fumble this week that thankfully the Jets were able to recover. But other than that, he got the ball out of his hands quick and made good reads and generally moved the ball pretty well. I believe they said during the broadcast that he was around 2.8 seconds average time to release, which was the second fastest of his career. So I thought he did great at getting the ball out of his hands quick and being decisive. The interception was unfortunate, but I think we could all kind of see it coming. As I was watching that drive, I felt like it was either going to end in a touchdown or an interception. And Zach stared down Lazard, Spillane read the play, and made an incredible game-changing play. And that was honestly Zach's only big mistake. I thought he played pretty well outside of that, and really was just held back by the penalties and lack of help from his teammates. The running game was a problem. I mean, Zach was the leading rusher with 54 yards. Meanwhile, Brees Hall and Dalvin Cook combined for 54 yards between the two of them. They just never really got it going, outside of Zach making plays with his legs when he couldn't throw it. And personally, I'm not really expecting big changes next week either. I don't know what they can really do now that the trade deadline has passed. I think this is just who the offense is. There's just not a lot of changes that they can make at this point that's really going to make a difference.